Hi, this is Naomi with Sword and Steel, and today's part of the ongoing series for assembling the battle forces of December 2021. So today's battle force is the Space Marine Battle Force, the Shieldbreaker Strike Force. We're going to look into the assembly options, any difficulties I had during assembly, and of course, specifically the Storm Speeder, which has various options and what you might be looking for if you're hoping to magnetize it so it has each of its 3 variants available to you. So we have got a 10-man group of Intercessors. I just put them as cheaply as possible. You do have some specialist weapons, so of course your extras would be specialist weapons. It's pretty straightforward to change it up between a specialist weapon and regular weapon because everything attaches at the shoulder. The whole arm comes off and whatnot, and then anything that doesn't fit exactly well is hidden underneath a shoulder pad. So these guys are very straightforward, and they are also very easy to put together. I gave them stalker bolt rifles. There's an 10-man assault intercessor squad. Again, I just used the basic chainsword and bolt because I wanted the intercessors of my Black Templars, because I'm turning them all into Black Templars, to be cheap since they are going to be fodder. And these lovely Blade Guard veterans, I love these fellows. I really like the look of these guys. They're again every one of them could have an helmeted head option, so you've got a whole bunch of extra heads. I went with all helmets. That can be done, or you can have them all more individualized with their helmets taken off, whichever you like. I love these guys. Here is the captain. He too had an unhelmeted option. His weapons were a little bit limited, but since he comes with all of the other ones, you could certainly find yourself a chainsword or any other of the options that you wanted to put on him if you weren't happy with either. And then we've got our heavy intercessors. Since their weapons change depending on only the clip, it would actually be pretty straightforward to magnetize the various weapon options. There's a bit of freedom of how you want to orient their arms, not so much with their legs, but hey, they're troopers, they all are supposed to look the same, so that doesn't matter. But make certain that you've figured out your special weapons before you assemble your basic guys, because you're going to have extra little bits of basic bolt guns and basic chain swords, but if you wanted any special weapons, you'll want to make certain you get those done first. So that's the troops. Great amount of troops. The points of this entire strike force are up here, and it would be something that you could get multiples of, no problem. Now, getting to this guy. So this has 3 different options for building. Yes, he does come on with a fly base and a larger round base. I just haven't attached it since I won't be attaching that until after he's painted. All right, so there are 3 different variants of the Storm Speeder. That's the Hail Strike, the Thunder Strike, and the Hammer Strike. The only difference between the 3 different options is the weapons that you choose to attach to them. That's it, as you can see. These side guns, this front gun, and then the 2 guns that are going to deafen the Space Marine who pulled the short straw. These guns are attached right here. Now, this is not supposed to be glued in. You can move it around so that your gun can, now if when you're attaching it has to be facing downward. And there we go. But it's not supposed to be glued in so that you can move your gun up and down. no matter what the gun is. But you do not, and I see no reason to, need to magnetize these since they stay in pretty well just as is. This was for the Hailstrike. Hailstrike has these guns, this gun, boop doop doo, and these particular rockets. To change the Hailstrike to the Thunderstrike, we need to take this piece off. We attach this piece on instead, and it can just slide on. Slide this one in. I might magnetize it just so it's not trying to lollygag down there, but there's a lot of empty space in here, and you can cut these off to just magnetize them. I mean, you could just glue it in and just leave it, but I like the idea of moving them about for no good reason except for I like playing with toys. So it'd also make it easier to flick these ones in and take those ones out. So magnetizing it right here would be what I would do. And then this one, you see this part right here actually scoots itself right into this area. You can just push it in. So again, it does not have to be magnetized. If you did want to magnetize it, it'd just be an easy two magnet operation. Well, four magnet operation, one for each of the various guns and one for the inner one. Make certain that you get your polarities correct. Now, here is the parts for both the Thunderstrike and the Hammerstrike. Is this part. So I have it fully assembled because they are the exact same part. What differs is what goes in here. So for the Thunderstrike, which has the missiles, yep, you put in put in this piece. As you can hear, it clicks in. Alright, here we go. Now we got the thunder piece. You put the soon-to-be deaf guy back into position. Thunderstrike. Ta-da! And now then, just change it to the last one. These are the pieces for the last one. Take this one out. Oh, shoot. I nearly forgot. These missiles. These missiles are only for the Thunderstrike. Then this little two notches are supposed to go right there. Of course, they do not stay on, so you could always magnetize them to keep them on. I'd suggest two little magnets. Keep them on. No one will notice that they have magnets, particularly if you use square magnets. 2 square magnets and 2 square magnets and attach it just like that. It'd be shiny, silver. It'd work fine. Here's still this option. Orky. Is that too orky style? Kind of orky style. Huh? Right. No. Does not work because you have to let them fall off with a button and then they zoom over. So they have to be under here. There's no way around it. But if you feel like being an orc, then there you go. Works perfectly for orcs. Could never go wrong. All right. Now, lastly, to change up to the last one, very straightforward. This one has the same notch as the other two, so you just find your bottom, and there is a bottom to it, and push it in. Push it in. Take this off. Pull it off. Put the proper one on. Oh, pull this off. There you go. Put the proper one on. Just push it right up against it. It'll stay on. Attach it again. Become irritated because it's going to fall down. And switch these guys up. Take it off for easier access. Click these guys off. Click. Now, if you wanted to magnetize it so they never fall off, because they certainly have a chance of falling off just like that, then I would suggest sticking a sprue along this opening and putting a magnet there and sticking a magnet on the back of these, and it will click right in. It clicks right in such that even if you had it at a weird angle, it should fit well. But if you are nervous about magnets and you don't want to try it out, you can hear from that click. Though I think the clicks would wear down in time. That's why I suggest magnets. But hey, you won't be changing it off too often. If you hear that click, you know you're in the right place. Have attached your weapons, much to the trepidation of the person who has lost his hearing. All but completely by now. And there you go. Now, whether you want to fully assemble this guy and try to paint that dashboard assembled, that's up to you. I would probably go for sub-assembly. Okay, right about here. That's where you kind of have to stop. Well, you can put that on, I suppose. Right. Right about there. Oh, it's gonna be super fun. Super fun to paint. Yep. Alright, let's just have a quick look at all these bits. We've got lots of extra bits and things to make everyone different. As you can see, all these, well, I was using Stalker bolt rifles, all of these pistol holsters and random things and all these arms for weapons that you didn't use, and you even get more heads. All these heads. Let me just break that in two. See these heads? Heads. All these purity seals that you can attach. I haven't attached any of these extra little things as I'm going to be doing Black Templar and I want them more Black Templar-y, and you know, just decide. I'll just decide after I've attached all the Black Templar stuff. All the options I did not choose. All the other heads. Oh, that guy. I was tempted. That guy's definitely tempting. I use him for something else. I like his style. Oh, look at all those packs that I could have added, but I did not yet. All the packs and stuff. All the extra heads. All the little holsters. And arms and more purity seals and other things. Little extra little shields to signify some different things. Oh my gosh. I avoided putting on these extra shoulder pads since I'll be using alternate shoulder pads. So many little bits to make everyone different. They'll be similar, but easily made different. Oh, and that's fun. That's nice. All right. That's it. If you had any questions about any of the models in here and anything Space Marine, I've assembled most everything. Most everything, yeah. If you had anything Space Marine assembly related, make certain to comment below. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, catch you in the next video and whatnot. I will start working on these and turning them into Black Templars. Alright, bye! How would I turn them into my specific chapter? Well, there's a handy dandy upgrade kit. I think every single chapter main chapter has it. There's a handy dandy upgrade kit that you can get that will give you decals or specific shoulder pads designed for that chapter. So if you, I assembled it so that you can see what exactly you got, but you can always keep the shoulder pads off and instead attach the shoulder pads out of your upgrade kits, because that would be a simple way to immediately have them as part of your new chapter. Of course, if you have already assembled your guys and are figuring out your chapter after they're assembled, then you could also add little, like for me, Black Templar has these very particular seals that have the cross of the Black Templar. I could spatter them about my fellows with, and some random candles or books or anything Black Templar-y, as well, of course, as all the various decals, as I said, to make these look Black Templar. Beyond, of course, the fact that they're gonna be black. Oh, what else would I get? It really depends on which chapter you're getting, but a combat patrol is always nice because you want the variety. And a couple more heroes to help you out. You have one hero here, or a tank. There's really no bad choice, really. Chaplain, get what you want and enjoy it. Okay, bye!